Rachel, your first game in Chicago, just kind of what was your initial impression of kind of slotting in that starting position?
I mean, just kind of had to step up in that moment, with Ken down, and I mean, I was ready. I'm a vet, so I know what's up. The environment was great. The crowd was good. I just wish that we delivered better.
Angel, you obviously got a taste of it in the All-Star game with BG. Just kind of what was it like going up against her in real action and depth?
Yeah, she's a great player. Obviously, she was really efficient tonight, and just being able to follow the game plan was something that we didn't do tonight. So, just going into it, we get another shot at them on Sunday. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Angel, when you just look at that first quarter, like outside of just the shots that weren't falling, what are some things that kind of stood out to you that led to just a lack of offensive production?
Yeah, I mean, even if our offensive shots aren't falling, we gotta play D. And I think they just hit a lot of great shots. It took a lot of great shots. I think we let them shoot really well from the three. They shot 52% from three, which is really, really, really good. So when a team does that, you have to knock shots down.
And then I know you care a lot more about the results than records, but you set another record today. You set this.
I don't want to hear about no record, man.
Fair.
What third round?
Hey, Rachel, it was a tough game, of course, but it looked like you were still able to get open a lot of times. The coach drew up a lot of different offensive set for you, and you were able to get open shots. Is that still an encouraging sign? Are you still optimistic about that in the future for future games, opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my teammates do such a good job of setting screens for me. Coach draws up stuff for me all the time. I feel good. I feel confident. I know they're confident in me. I didn't shoot great tonight, but I'm not tripping over it. I mean, the offense is going to come. It's our defense that we need to lock in on, and that's going to be our focus right now. But I feel good. I know my teammates are confident in me.
Thank you. And Angel, you have a lot of new pieces on this team, like one sitting next to you. You're still good at limiting turnovers. You look good in fast break today. What do you attribute to doing that? You only have one turnover in the box score. You look a lot more comfortable in these fast break opportunities. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, just building chemistry within each other. I think we had a great 2 weeks, obviously didn't show tonight. So first game back. I know we're going to be better for sure. I'm playing LA.
Your left second row.
Angel, how do you flush a game like this away? You mentioned you have a game coming up this Sunday to get back at them potentially.
Yeah.
What do you do to kind of, erase this tonight?
Yeah, we got to focus on the next game, which is LA. They're also another good team. So just being able to go into their place and go into their house and just being able to watch film and look at the things that we need to work on. We have to follow our game plan, and that's what we just have to do and look ourselves in the mirror and figure our things out. So we'll be back. We'll be fine.
We'll go second row on your right, and then we'll go Julia.
Hey ladies, Jordan from Television Sports. So my question is for both. I guess just talking about what's it been like developing that chemistry with each other along with some of the other newcomers so far.
Yeah, it's been great. A lot of personality added to our locker room, which is really cool. A lot of veteran leadership, something that I really needed for me as a rookie. And I love that, being able to pick their brains and just being able to understand their mindset and what they see on the floor. So I love having Rachel and I love having Mariah.
Thank you. Go first row back to Julia.
Just with Kennedy being out sick tonight, where do you feel like you guys missed her the most?
Yeah, I mean, Kennedy's one of the best guards in this league, and we understand that, and we know her value to this team. Being able to not have her tonight, obviously we struggled, but I think her being able to come back healthy, her health is the most important thing to us right now. So just being able to get her back out here and just helping us with this team is going to be really important for us.
Players? Right, thank you, players.
Thank you.
Great job, Liz. Great job.
Questions for Coach Bill Carly, first row.
Hey, Coach, in first game with Rachel and Mariah, in full game action, what did you just see out of both Rachel and Mariah in this first game for this guy?
Well, you said it best. It's the first game. It's the first game that they've had with each other. It's different. It's different when you're in practice and then you're stepping in front of thousands of people who got their eyes on you and you're trying to keep that chemistry that you tried to build thus far. So we're seeing the positive things that we want to see. We'll build from that. Like these young ladies said, sitting here, we'll be okay.
And then when you look at the first quarter, like outside of just shots not falling, what kind of stood out to you on what went wrong in that opening quarter?
Defense. They're very good behind the arc, and that's what they run and play to, is using screens off of BG and getting those wide open looks. And if you help, they find each other. They did a really good job of sharing the ball tonight and finding the open looks. So we have to be much better at being able to guard our yard, being the most important thing, and being a disciplined defender and keeping your own man in front of you and not allowing them to get at our big one. Now we are in rotational scramble mode all the time. We don't want to do that. So we had to really follow the game plan. We haven't had a hell of a game plan, but we had to follow that. Follow it for 40 minutes, not 2 minutes.
Julia, first row.
So we're kind of following up on that. Obviously, Phoenix takes a ton of three-pointers, especially kind of to start games. How do you counter that? Do you try to minimize it? Is it about shot selection? Like, how do you counter a team that takes that volume of threes?
We have to be better. We can't allow the looks. You allow the looks, this is what happens. They have wide open looks. So we have to be better there. We know it. You have to play the arc. That's where they want to play. You have to be there. You have to have a high stick hand, not allow them to see the rim. Wide open looks like that. And once they start to fall, it's contagious. Everybody else start knocking down shots. So we have to have that defensive mindset of getting those stops and making sure you take people out of what they do best. And that's what they do best, especially offensive rebounds and kickouts. That's where they're at the best, probably 93% of what they do. So we have to be much better. We allowed too much tonight, especially from behind the arc.
Jordan, second row.
Hey, Coach, Jordan from Television Sports. So I know that, of course, you've emphasized your team getting off to better starts, but it seems like that third quarter in particular, your defense and offense picked up. So I guess just how do you build off of that going into next game?
Well, you take a look at that. You definitely look at those positive things. We're going to always do that. There's a lot of positive things that we did, but the third quarter is the first quarter. It starts at the very first beginning of the game. What are we doing then? Are we reacting to certain things that happen? So the first, second, third, and fourth quarter valuable. We'll take those positive things and we'll work off of that and learn off of that and understand how important it is for 40 minutes to execute a game plan.
Zachary, first row, and then Carly next.
Hey, Coach. Going into this game, the matchup between Camila and BG was one that a lot of people were talking about, and Camila, in so many ways, is able to pattern herself off of BG's game. Just wondering what your assessment is of her performance tonight, going up against BG and everything that came with it.
I think every one of you all know who BG is. BG is one of the best post players doing it. She's been around. She's seen. You name the defense, she's seen it, she's played against it. So she's very patient in what she does offensively. I think Camila did a heck of a job of trying to keep her off of where she operates best. BG just knows how to get shots off and create space. It's something that Camila learns from, and she knows what she has to do down the stretch when we meet them again. That's the most important thing. You learn how great these players are. You take some things that they do, but then you learn how to defend it. Once you go against it, you start to learn how to defend it.
Carly, then Julia.
Coach, I know Angel always cares more about results than records, but she broke another record today. She set a single season franchise record for most offensive rebounds. I know we've just talked about her rebounding ability, but what have you just seen out of her, especially in this first game back after the Olympic break with 3 weeks off?
Yeah, you're right. She's all about winning. She probably didn't even know that happened until someone said something. And I didn't either, but that's what she's about. She's about just winning games, not about breaking records. And it's great for her. It's great that she's doing those things, breaking records, doing wonderful things. But at the end of the day, all we want is to go get wins.
Julia, then David, second row.
Following up on kind of the BG Camila matchup, obviously BG, her size is kind of touched on a lot, but her footwork is so strong as a post player. What do you want Camila to kind of learn from or to look at with BG's footwork?
We'll look at film and we'll go from there. But I want Camila to be Camila. You always look at great players. Just the way the game of basketball is. You look at great players and what they do. You take some of the things that you like and you put it into your game. That's the way basketball is. We want to pull things from great players, and she's one of the greats. Camila had an opportunity to play against her. Now she knows what it is, and now you'll learn how to play against it and then understand what she does. And it's pretty powerful, pretty impressive.
Coach, with all the talk about playoff seedings and who will end up where, how do you keep the team laser focused on the task at hand right now and not looking too far into the future?
We have to be about us. That's it. It's game by game. We don't try to go and look at everybody else's schedule and see what they're doing, how they're doing it. If we don't focus in on ourselves, we're in trouble. So we're focusing on our schedule and what is ahead of us every single day. And that's the most important thing is we lock in on who we are and what we must do.
You work for Coach. All right, thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you, everyone.